soon, and
All right, can you guys hear us okay?
Yes,
hear
I
you.
can hear.
So can Central.
And we have Ms. Hernandez with us, so we have a couple of cases that we need the interpreter for.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
No need no interpreter, right?
Martin Montejo.
Pase al frente, señor Montejo.
Sí.
Right, sir, you were here on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, domestic violence battery, domestic violence, false imprisonment, tampering with a witness, and 2 violations of probation.
Bien, señor, usted está aquí por cargos de violencia intrafamiliar con agravantes por acecho, violencia intrafamiliar con agresión física, violencia intrafamiliar por detención ilegal y por tratar de manejar a un testigo, 2 incumplimientos de probatoria también.
Sir, you also have an immigration detainer.
Señor, usted también tiene una orden de detención por parte de inmigración.
On the charge of domestic violence battery, your bond amount will be $2,000. As to the other 3 charges, your bond amount will be $10,000.
En cuanto al cargo de violencia intrafamiliar con agresión física, su fianza es de $2,000 y en cuanto a los otros 3 cargos, su cantidad de fianza será de $10,000.
If you're able to bond out, there will be conditions of pretrial release. Those conditions will include the following.
Si usted puede salir de la cárcel mediante pago de fianza, usted tendrá que cumplir con las siguientes condiciones.
Sí lo cumplo.
Yes, I will comply.
Ya.
That you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition.
Se le prohíbe usar, poseer o portar armas de fuego, armas blancas, cuchillos o munición.
No.
You do not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition.
Se le prohíbe usar o poseer o portar armas de fuego, armas blancas, cuchillos o munición.
No, nada de eso.
No, nothing like that.
That you would have no contact with the alleged victim except within 48 hours of release. You may go back to the residence accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items.
Se le prohíbe tener cualquier tipo de contacto o comunicación con la supuesta víctima, excepto dentro de las siguientes 48 horas después de su liberación, en las que podrá regresar a esa residencia solamente por una vez, acompañado por parte de un oficial del orden público para recoger algunos efectos personales.
Ok, está bueno.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Señor, ¿quiere usted los servicios del abogado de oficio?
Sí.
Yes.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Voy a nombrarle al abogado de oficio para que lo represente, señor. Buena suerte.
Ok, igual.
Okay, thank you. Same to you.
Ashma Morales.
Nashma Morales.
Ma'am, you're here on charges of burglary with assault or battery therein and criminal mischief. State.
Usted está aquí por cargos de allanamiento con acometimiento o con agresión física. ¿Fiscal?
Your Honor, regarding the burglary with assault or battery charge,
En cuanto al cargo de allanamiento con acometimiento o con agresión física, su señoría,
as that is a first-degree felony punishable by life,
ya que este es un delito mayor del primer grado sancionable por vida,
the state is requesting that the defendant be held no bond.
la fiscalía solicita que a la acusada se le mantenga detenida sin fianza.
As to the charge of burglary with assault or battery, therein the defendant will be held no bond. As to the criminal mischief charge, the bond amount will be $5,000. Ma'am, do you need the service of the public defender?
En cuanto al cargo de violencia intrafamiliar, con allanamiento con violencia intrafamiliar o con acometimiento, su fianza es no tiene fianza, y en el de daños a propiedad ajena es de $5,000. ¿Tiene usted un abogado de oficio, señora?
Sí.
Yes, I do.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Could you give me your last name, please?
Voy a nombrarle al abogado de oficio para que lo represente. Por favor, ¿me da su apellido?
¿El del abogado? ¿O el mío?
El suyo.
Ok, Morales Nieves.
Morales Nieves.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Muy bien, gracias, señora.
Gracias.
De nada. You're welcome.
And did we have anyone else that needs a Spanish interpreter?
¿Hay alguna otra persona que necesite intérprete en español?
All right, we did have someone indicating they needed a Creole interpreter. Do we have a Creole interpreter today?
Not that the interpreter is aware of, Your Honor, but I can find out.
Okay, if you would, please, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. May I have the name of the person who needs the Creole interpreter?
It is Gary St. Louis.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. The interpreter's office will try to contact one.
All right,
Thank you. You're welcome, Your Honor.
We have an attorney on. Keith Eds, PA.
Well, it won't take long to get to them. All right, if the bailiff would have everyone stand up and be sworn in, please.
Rise and raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so say I do. I do.
All right, folks, have a seat. You are here for first appearance. My name is Bob Grote. When your name's called, come forward. We're going to talk about a few things. First, I'm going to ask you if you need the service of the public defender. If your answer is anything other than no, then we'll talk about your financial situation, determine if you qualify for the public defender. Next, we will look at your charges to see if there is probable cause, and if there is, we'll determine any appropriate release or bond conditions. Please do not talk about the facts of your case in any way whatsoever. And we do have a gentleman in court with us today. What is your name, sir?
Lyndon Stewart.
All right, Mr. Stewart is here on a charge of battery on intention employee. Your bond is $5,000 for that charge. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
And I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we will begin with South County. Christopher Cortez. Mr. Cortez is here on charges of introduction of contraband to a detention facility. The bond amount is $5,000. Do you have the public defender for your other cases?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will appoint the public defender for this case as well. Good luck, sir. Kenneth DeVoe.
Sanderson Public Defender's Office. I have a couple of stipulations with the state. He is charged with 3 different counts of paraphernalia, but on 2 of those paraphernalias there is no probable cause, and he should be released in his own recognizance on 2 out of the 3 counts. And also, there is no probable cause, and he should be ROR'd on the committing a 3rd-degree felony with weapon, because that's actually not a charge. That's a reclassification statute. It's not even a charge.
I only have 2 paraphernalias on my paper.
There's a new bookend sheet, I believe, that I got later. It has the 3 counts.
Yeah, the clerk has 3. You have 3. I have 2.
There's a new booking sheet that came in later
Ah,
at 9:20 that has all 3 on it.
sure.
It stays in agreement with that, Your Honor.
All right. So as it relates to,
So I do want to waive the reading of one of the charges, Your Honor.
as to the first charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, the bond amount will be $1,000. As to the other 2, the defendant will be released on his own recognizance. Then the committing a 3rd-degree felony with a weapon, we'll just call that an ROR as well. Then possession of cannabis with intent to sell, the bond amount will be $5,000. Possession of a structure or vehicle for trafficking in drugs, the bond amount will be $10,000. And state as to the other count?
Yes, Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, on the remaining charge, this is a motion for pretrial detention. Should Your Honor find this motion to be legally and facially sufficient, state would request a pretrial detention hearing to be set next Monday. I believe that would be the 6th at 1 p.m. on the A2 docket.
All right. That motion is well taken. As to that charge, the defendant will be held no bond. I believe these were results of a capias signed by the Honorable Judge Bob Grote. So there are conditions of release, which would include, what did he put down there? I never can read his stuff. Do not use, possess, or carry any firearms, guns, weapons, ammunition, or knives. No contact with the alleged victim, and stay at least 500 feet away from the alleged victim's home, vehicle, place of employment, and/or school at all times. Mr. DeVoe, we went over a lot of stuff there. Do you have any questions about the release conditions?
Yes, sir. I heard that I didn't get a.
Hold on. Number one, make sure it's a question, and number
Yes, sir.
two, it's a question about the release conditions.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Never mind. I don't want to aggravate you.
All right, then I have another question for you. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
All right,
But
I will appoint the
I have
public
a.
defender to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, sir.
I don't have a bond.
Daniel Farringer?
Here, Your Honor.
Of felony battery with a bond of $10,000, resisting officer without violence, possession of drug paraphernalia with a bond of $1,000 each, and then possession of methamphetamine with a bond of $5,000. Sir, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Carlos Llanos Cruz?
Sanderson, Public Defender's Office. I do want to waive the reading of all of his violation of probation charges.
All right, there are 6 of them, and you will be held no bond on those charges. Sir, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Nathan Reeder?
Sir.
Mr. Reeder, you're here on charges of violation of injunction for protection, domestic violence battery, and a violation of pretrial release conditions. As to the charges, the bond will be $5,000 each. If you're able to bond out, there will be conditions of pretrial release, which will include the following: that you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim. You may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. Additionally, you're currently out on bond on 26 CF 4559, and that bond will be revoked. You will be held no bond pursuant to Parker v. State. Sir, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Sir, can I ask one question?
No, sir. Derek Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez is here on a charge of domestic violence battery. There is probable cause. The bond amount will be $1,000, and if you're able to bond out, there'll be conditions of pretrial release, which will include the following: that you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim, but you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. Sir, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir. Did we have someone else in South County?
Yes, sir, we have 2 more for your names.
Steve Nichols.
Steve Nichols. All right, sir, you're on a charge of driving while license suspended. Your bond is $250. Do you need the service of the public defender?
No, I do not, sir.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Simon James.
All right, Mr. James is here on a charge of petty theft. The bond amount is $1,000. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, that should be everyone at South, so we will move to the females at Central, beginning with Nicole Beauregard. Is that you, ma'am? You guys are muted. All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of domestic violence battery. There is probable cause for the charge. Your bond amount will be $1,000. If you're able to bond out, there'll be conditions of pretrial release, which will include the following: that you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim, but you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. Ma'am, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, please.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am. Caroline, sorry for me to read the last name. How do you say your last name?
Kanyamari.
Leonard Sanderson, Public Defender's Office. She's charged with 10 first-degree misdemeanors and 1 second-degree misdemeanor, and I do want to waive the reading of all those charges.
All right. Well, the bond will be $1,000 as to each of the first-degree misdemeanors, and then $250 as to the second-degree misdemeanor. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there a bond, a warrant on this?
No.
Okay.
No, she just has previous PTR, but there's no special condition.
Okay. Then, as in this case, you'll also be placed on pretrial release with the added condition that you have no contact with any animals. Good luck, ma'am.
Okay.
Samantha Lark.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're here on charges of domestic violence battery with a prior conviction, domestic violence attempted threat to do violence. The bond for each of those will be $5,000, and if you're able to bond out, there'll be conditions of pretrial release. Those conditions will include the following. You would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim, but you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 40 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. Ma'am, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am. Miranda Martin.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're here on charges of violation of financial responsibility laws with a bond of $250, driving while license suspended or revoked with a bond of $1,000, and 2 violations of probation for which you will be held no bond. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am. Alexis Powell.
Sanderson put
Yes.
defender's office. She's been recommended for straight pretrial release, so I was going to ask for that also.
All right, and I do see that. All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of domestic violence battery. There is probable cause for the charge. You are recommended for straight pretrial release, which means you wouldn't have to post a bond, but you would be supervised by pretrial release, and you would have to abide by all the conditions of pretrial release, which would include that you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim, but you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 40 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items, as well as make sure you show up for all court dates and follow all directions from the court. Ma'am, can you promise me you'll do those things?
Yes.
All right, then we'll show this going to straight pretrial release. Next, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ashley Pride.
Yes.
And you're here on an allegation of a violation of probation for which you'll be held no bond. Do you need the service? Oh, I'm sorry. Judge Harb filed this capias and says that you are to be released on your own recognizance as to this charge, which I guess means you're going to need to contact somebody to find out what your next court date's going to be. Actually, it's going to be July 27th at 8:30 in the morning with Judge Harb. So you're going to be released on your own recognizance pursuant to that warrant. Do you want the service of the public defender?
Yes.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck. Demaleta Sanchez.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you're here on an allegation of a violation of probation for which you will be held no bond. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
I do have a question, Your Honor.
No, ma'am. Jada Simpkins.
Sanderson put defender's office. She's been recommended for straight pretrial release. You can ask for that also.
All right, and I see that as well. So, ma'am, you are recommended for straight pretrial release, which means if you agree to follow all the directions of the court and pretrial release, you can be released without having to post a bond. Those conditions would include that you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You would have no contact with the alleged victim, but you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. Additionally, you would abide by all conditions of the court and pretrial release and show up for all your court dates. Can you promise me you'll do those things?
Yes, sir.
We will show this going straight pretrial release. And do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Rose Saint-Ville.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. Interestingly, you have an open case, 26 CT 4399, which apparently you went to court for yesterday on the exact same charge. So, as it relates to this charge, your bond amount will be $1,000. Additionally, you'll be placed on pretrial release with the following conditions: that you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You would not drive any vehicle of any kind at any time for any reason whatsoever while you're on pretrial release. Ma'am, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
And Courtney Williams.
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, you're here on charges of grand theft and use or possession of ID of another person with a bond of $5,000 each. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am. Oh, hold on a minute. Ma'am, come back, please. Can you pull up the warrant for me? All right, ma'am. Pursuant to the warrant signed by the Honorable Judge Allison Kaler, you're also going to be placed on pretrial release with the following condition: that you have no contact with the alleged victim, including staying at least 500 feet away from the victim, victim's home, vehicle, place of employment, and/or school at all times. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, that should be all the females. We'll move to the males, beginning with Christopher Burley. Is that you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Burley, you're here as a result of a warrant for failure to appear.
Yes, Your Honor. My public defender advised me that I didn't need to show up for that. I actually had taken the day off for both court dates, spoke to her the Friday before for the first time. She told me that she hadn't gotten the discovery yet and that she was going to get a motion for continuance, and that I didn't need to be there, and that if I needed to work, I should. So that was the only reason I missed it, sir. And I swear to you, I will never listen to another lawyer tell me I don't have to go to court. Even if they say so, I'm going to show up.
All right, sir. Your bond amount is $2,000, and apparently you already have the public defender representing you. Good
Yes,
luck.
sir.
James Carlson.
He's medically unable to appear today.
That's reset tomorrow.
Adam Croft.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Croft, you were here with a violation of probation out of Dixie County, and then 3 out of Manatee County, and then charges of domestic violence battery with a prior conviction, domestic violence battery by strangulation, and false imprisonment. As to those 3 charges, your bond amount will be $10,000 each, and if you're able to bond out, there'll be conditions of pretrial release, which will include the following: you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim, but you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of release accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. As it relates to the Polk County cases, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir. What about the violation of probation?
I will appoint the public defender for the Polk County cases. Now, the violation of probation, you'll have to wait till you're done here, and then they'll take you to either Dixie or Manatee.
So
Good luck.
could I bond out here?
You need to talk to your attorney about that. Rafael Hernandez.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're here on 2 counts of violation of probation for which you'll be held no bond. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, I do.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir. Brady Lanahan.
Unable to appear due to medical.
All right. How about Matthew Methot?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
I do have some probable cause challenges on this. I'm challenging the forging, altering the vehicle tag sticker. I don't see any allegations that anything was altered or changed in the report. I'm also challenging the tampering with physical evidence. I don't understand where that charge came from either. I don't see that anything was tampered with, which only leaves the grand theft charge.
State?
At this time, Your Honor, State is not seeking 24 hours to correct the affidavit. However, based on his open case, the State is requesting a Parker hold.
All right. Well, as it relates to charge of tampering with physical evidence and forging or altering a vehicle tag or sticker, the defendant will be released on his own recognizance. As to the charge of grand theft, the bond amount will be $5,000. And then we have 26 CT 4743 and 4741. Currently, defendant is out on bond on those charges. Pursuant to Parker v. State, defendant will be held no bond on those charges. Sir, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Jovosky Pittman, is that the next case? Who did I miss?
Yes, sir, Javosky.
Sanderson Public Defender's Office for Mr. Pittman. I do have a stipulation with the state regarding the trespass posted horticulture property charge, that there should be probable cause for a lesser charge of trespass on property other than structure or conveyance, which is a first-degree misdemeanor, not a felony.
Understood. All right, sir, so you're here on charges of unarmed burglary of an unoccupied dwelling with a bond of $5,000, resisting an officer without violence, trespassing, and theft of utility services with a bond of $1,000 each, and then petty theft with a bond of $250. Sir, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir. Now, who did I miss? What's your name, sir?
Neil.
Devontae Neal?
Sanderson Public Defender's Office. I don't know if it's cleared up, but he is not on probation in the felony.
No, all I marked those through. All I
Okay,
have
yeah.
is the possession of firearms.
He was never on probation, at least for one of them.
All right, sir, you're on charge of possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Your bond amount will be $5,000 on that. Additionally, you're apparently on probation in 25 MM 8596. I will prepare and stamp your warrant. You will be held no bond on the violation of probation. Sir, do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir. Yes.
There was also an add-on for a misdemeanor case. That's what they just, yeah, that's what they just got.
We were just talking about he's not on probation.
He's not on probation on the felony VOP cases.
The misdemeanor case that you just extended, they added it on, we got an email saying to add it on for the 25.
I think there was an email said to take that off, but if not, I would ask for ROR on all the felony BOP charges because he wasn't on probation.
Yeah, they're not talking about that. They're talking about a misdemeanor?
Yeah, the misdemeanor.
Oh, the one we just talked about?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he's being held no bond. Thank you, sir. Jeremy Reed?
Yes, sir.
Reed, you were here on 4 counts of dealing in stolen property. Your bond for each of those will be $10,000. Do you have and the public defender's previously been appointed? Good luck, sir. Is David Thorson the next one we have?
Yes.
Did I hear that right?
All right, Mr. Thorson, you were here on 3 counts of violation of probation for which you'll be held no bond, and then indecent nudity with a bond of $1,000. Do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Sayignan Vix?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you're here on charges of domestic violence, aggravated stalking, written threat to kill or injure, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. State wish to be heard.
Regarding pretrial release conditions, Your Honor.
Sir, your bond amount will be $1,000 as to the first 2 charges, $5,000 as to the last charge. Additionally, you'll be placed on pretrial release. There are conditions.
Your Honor, apologies. It's aggravated stalking, it would be a felony, not a.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, that's $5,000 then. And
Can you say the bonds again? I apologize.
$5,000, $1,000, and $5,000.
Your Honor, state would request a reconsideration on the written threats. I believe that's in F2.
Oh, then that'll be $10,000. Thank you. And conditions of pretrial release would include the following: that you would not use, possess, or carry any weapons, firearms, guns, knives, or ammunition. You'd have no contact with the alleged victim, other than you may return within 48 hours of release, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. You would be subject to GPS monitoring, house arrest conditions, all exceptions allowed. And do you need the service of the public defender?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck.
Thank you.
The interpreter just called and said that the Creole interpreter should be on.
All right. Do we have the Creole interpreter with us? Êtes-vous ici, monsieur? All right, then we will have to have that demand tomorrow. Anything else in South County?
That's Central, no, Your Honor.
Oh, Central, thank you. All right,
It's
thank
okay.
you very much.
All right, thank you.